flip that stock. I mean, some of the stories I get from people. I was expecting people, and I get these stories, and Flip is one of them. You know, he said, you know, I'm making about $300, hadn't done anything in the stock market. He said, I'm making about $300 every other day since I started taking your course. Mm-hmm. That's powerful, right? So I was expecting that. I was not expecting people in their 50s and 60s to come to me and say, JR, I've been wanting to learn how the stock market works for 20 years. And I was embarrassed at work around my coworkers as they talked about it. And sometimes I try and, you know, chime in, but they kind of shunned me, or I just didn't say anything. And I got a couple people sending me tests, actually about 5 people sent me, and they said, now I'm leading the conversation after taking your course. I honestly was not expecting to see that type of response. So then I started really realizing this thing is bigger than what I thought. We're really changing people's lives.
Right.
You know?
And when you get to that point, like you were talking about, where you're at a job, you don't want to get up and go, you want something different, you're ready to do something different. You know, what a lot of folks don't understand is when they go to that job and they go and sit down in that interview, you are actually sitting there and somebody is telling you what you're worth, what they think you're worth.
Yep.
It's not you. You just talked about determining your own worth, your own future, your own value. It's somebody else telling you, I think that you're only worth $25,000 a year. Yep. And you don't think about the vacations. You don't think about the time that you're going to miss with that child. What you think about is, can I pay my bills?
Yeah.
Is that enough money to pay my bills? Is that enough money to take care of my rent, my mortgage, my car note, you know, keeping the lights on? And then you say, okay, I'll take it.
Right.
But you're miserable.
And think about this. You know, it all boils down to fear. All right. You have another human being putting a tag on you, a price tag, right? I learned at a very young age, and I tell this story in the book, of when I was 15 and I was on the basketball team, and we used to have morning practices because in the evening, for the first 3 weeks, we had morning practices because the gym was already booked. And I was on the starting team and I missed one practice, all right? And I mean, I didn't miss the practice, I was 15 minutes late. And so they wanted to make an example out of me. So it took me off the starting team. So, okay, I get it. So in one game, we were down by, I think it was 12 points before half. I scored 12 points in a row. Then I scored another 6 points right after that. 18 points right up in the school paper, beat one of our arch rivals and all this. So I'm saying, certainly, I'm going to get my starting position back. No, wouldn't give it back. Wouldn't give it back. And I'm doing everything I can to earn it back. Wouldn't give it back. So I left the team. So the coach calls me to his office. And basketball wasn't even my passion. Playing guitar was my passion. So I go to the coach's office. When they call me on the speakerphone, JR, please report to this coach. And there was 2 coaches in there. And they said, what's going on? I said, you know and I know I'm the best player on the team. He said, you are. And I said, I should have my starting position back. Well, I was going to give it, and once I've made up my mind, I don't want to hear all that, well, I was going to. So one of the coaches, who wasn't even a basketball coach, he was a football coach, happened to be in, he said, young man, and he looked me straight in the face like I'm looking at you, you just ruined the rest of your life. I'm an honor roll student. My passion is playing guitar, not basketball. I got into basketball because I was the tallest person in the class in grade school. That's how I started. I'm like, and I'm thinking in my head at 15 years old, you calculated the value of my life. It's all I can do is play basketball?
70 years, right.
I was like, you must be crazy. And I walked out. And not only did I walk out, I went and played in another league where we went to the regional state finals, and they used to follow us. And I was doing my music, and I was happy as could be. But I will not let you, at age 15, calculate and say I ruined the rest of my life because I'm not playing for your team? No, 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 no. I maybe ruined your life because I wasn't playing for you.
Right.
But that's just the way I think. I will not let, and I encourage other people, don't let somebody else calculate your value.
Right.
You know, even if you have a job now, it's not saying, you know, go up and quit and slap your boss in the face and all that stuff.
As much fun as that might be.
As much fun as, right, right. Matter of fact, I should have a warning on my audio book. I will not be responsible for what you do to your boss after listening to this. But it's strategies and things of that nature. And I think one of the reasons I love trading so much is because it's complete freedom. As long as I have a laptop, a tablet, a smartphone, I can go anywhere in the world and make money. And so once you have that skill set, it's intoxicating.
Right.
It really is intoxicating. And now it's like, I know what they know. So I could go and sit with Warren Buffett. That doesn't mean I know as much as Warren Buffett. We could carry on a conversation though.
Right.
But how many people who are adults could do that?
Right.
What we do is we go, and if that conversation comes up, we revert back to what we know. Oh man, you know, LeBron went back to the Cavs, and LeBron did this. We revert back to what we're comfortable with.
Rakpo left the other day. Yeah.
Yeah. Or Jay-Z and Beyonce's concert. We revert back. But I say no. Let's talk about the stock market. Well, you know, the concert starts at 8. But no, let's talk about the stock market. Well, you know, are you going to the Redskins game? You going? So when you know this, you travel in whole different circles.
Right.
You know, and you can talk the language. And I've shocked quite a few people who, let's just say, are of a different persuasion. When we sat down, and I started breaking stuff down to them, they were like, "Wow!" They started taking notes. You know, so it gives you a skill set. It broadens the circles you're in, and the stock market is one of the biggest wealth creators ever invented.
Now I have a stock market question. We know that we had the financial collapse in this country in 2008.
Right.
Coming up over the next few years, because you mentioned the baby boomers.
Right.
You're going to have baby boomers retiring at a ridiculous
rate. Right.
At age 71, they're required to pull, money out of their 401ks, and which are tied to the stock market.
Yep.
How does flip that stock, still continue to work, benefit people, if you have all these baby boomers pulling money out of the stock market, out of these 401ks, and those individuals behind them that aren't, contributing as much because they don't know about money, they, those kinds of things. They want to keep every dollar in their pocket.
Right.
So,
okay. Great question. Now I'm going to give you a crazy answer. I don't care what they do.
Okay.
Now, let me tell you why. You say, wait a minute, that's crazy. Because I know how to make money when the stock goes up and when it goes down. So if they start pulling money out and the stock starts going down, I know how to make money when it's going down. See, every time you turn on the TV, and say you turn on CNBC, and you see, oh my God, the stock market dropped and is plummeting 300 points. Oh my God. There's somebody on the other side like me who's saying, drop, baby, drop. Why? Because we know the techniques and how to use the technology to make money when the stock goes down. Most people don't understand it, don't believe that you can do that.
Right, they're looking for only, the stock market closed up today. The stock market closed up today.
Right, but when you know how to take, it's like if you say you're playing tennis, right? And you have a forehand, and that just means you can make money when the stock goes up. But how many professional tennis players just have a forehand? You got to have a backhand. So when you know both sides, it's like a tennis player having a forehand and a backhand. You know how to make money when the stock goes up. You know how to make money when the stock goes down. And even if you're an investor and you start learning this, you know when, okay, let me pull out of this stock. All right, it's kind of peaked out, and let me turn around and start making money as it's going down. There's a guy, I forget this guy's name. He's a billionaire. He made $1 billion in a day because the stock went down, and he knew the stock market crashed, and he went and did the special technique, made $1 billion in a day. Now most people aren't going to do that,
right?
But certainly making several hundred, 1,000, and several thousands, and tens of
absolutely,
thousands, right? Absolutely. But you got to get educated on it.
That's true.
So that's why I say I don't care what the stock market does. It doesn't matter. First of all, I know the stock market's never going anywhere because the stock market is made up of the fabric of America. There's companies in America that make up the stock market. So it's never going to go anywhere. And if anything, let me tell you what's going to happen. Flip That Stock is going to explode as an education company. Why? Those people are going to start having to take that money out, and then they're going to want to learn, how do I invest this in the stock market to make me more money? And we're going to be the leaders in teaching them how to do it. So we're sitting in a very enviable position.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you also mentioned that early on when you were teaching people, you were getting letters from Mississippi and Atlanta and different, different places around the country. I know that you have a referral program
Correct.
with Flip That Stock, that you've turned those letters into a referral program from those people, telling
Yes.
other people. How does your referral program work?
Okay, so let me say this. We're not a network marketing company. I always say that up front. Nothing against network marketing companies or those people who are in it. As a matter of fact, people who are in it, we've got millionaires from network marketing companies coming to our program because they see the power of our referral program. So when I was putting all this together, and again, I can't even begin to tell you how many nights I just laid in the bed and I'm just thinking, okay, how can I really put together the best program out there?
Mm-hmm.
I have supreme confidence in my educational program. I'll put my educational program against anybody, period, hands down. Supreme confidence. So then I said, okay, well, what is the biggest fear that people have in getting involved? And it's losing money. Everybody's afraid to lose money. So I said, and what do we want to do as a company? We want to grow. I said, okay, what if I put together a simple referral program that when you refer, you get paid a commission, all right? Now, if I went to a movie and I really like this movie and I tell you about whatever movie it is, you go and you like it, you tell somebody, they go, the movie doesn't send you a check.
No.
But you see all these news blurbs that say this movie made $100 million in the weekend and this actor got paid $20 million, but you're the one who paid and your family paid to make that, right?
Same, yeah.
They didn't give you a cut of anything. So we're saying not only we have the supreme education, we're going to pay people to refer, all right? And so when they refer, we give them a piece of the online course, and then we give them a piece of the monthly membership that people get. So now they're generating ongoing residual income coming in month after month. So what can they do with this money they get? One, they can use it to build up their account to buy more, buy and sell more stocks. Two, they can pay bills if they want to. Three, they really can do whatever they want to do with it. Three really is, let's say they had a loss of that $100 or whatever. Now they know they got something coming in to cover that. So it starts taking away the fear. So when we looked at this, we really created a beautiful wealth building cycle. Get the knowledge and refer other people. And it's always funner to learn something together.